This is part 2 of our epic road trip video. Stay to the end where we'll go through all the tips and tricks we learned on this cross-country road trip.
And there were a lot. We're back. It is day 10 and of our trip. Now we are headed to do camping
At a campsite in Alachua, Florida, I think is how you say it.
And today we thought we would show you how we camp and show you how we plug in, what equipment we use to do the hoses and the electrical and the whatnot.
Well, here's a dog park if you have a dog. That's a new one.
We don't.
Well, here's some rescue animals right here. Some baby goats. We've got silky chickens, pot-bellied pig, a hog. We all rescue. And there's a fence right here that you'll see miniature donkeys. You might hear one in the morning. And 4 emus in here.
Great.
And they're all real friendly. We've got 6 baby goats and 5 adult goats in here. They just surprise us all of a sudden. And here's restrooms and showers right here, so it's not very far away. And there's a dumpster for you because we don't pick up trash.
Yep. And
the back door to the laundry is open all night. And you don't have to leave till 12 tomorrow, so you got time to come and go swimming in the morning. The pool's heated.
Oh, perfect. Very friendly. Let me start up.
Good.
They have water. They have rescue animals there. Goats, emus,
Where?
donkey. We're gonna see them all.
They have rescue goats and emus?
That's what she said. Here we are. It's nice. So we keep all of our hoses and stuff in these boxes back here because we don't have any room inside for our dirty stuff. First thing we'll set up our camping table.
But you fixed it.
I did.
I thought I broke it by stuffing it in the box, but apparently he fixed it.
Got our rug. So we can take our shoes off. Start with our power cord and our electrical management system, our EMS, our surge protector. So, coming over here, let's see what we got here. Internet and cable TV. We're not going to use those right now. I do want power. We'll use the 30 amp one, which should be the same plug as my EMS, which is also the same plug as my power cord for my van. Plug that in there. Right now you can see the breakers are off. You got, let's see, a 50 amp one here, and an unknown size, and then 20 amp. Well, let's see. That does not fit. It's a 50 amp plug. We are a 30 amp service, so this is not going to work. Yeah, this is 50 amp. Okay, We can use this if we were so inclined, but we're not going to. So, pass on the plug. This is one over here.
We don't have any adapters?
Hold on, let's look over here. Oh, look at that. Learn something new every day. Here is the plug I want, and the 30 amp breaker. So I'm gonna plug that in there. This is in the off position. See, no power right now. We got a lock for this, just so we can lock it in if we choose to. We'll do that in a bit. This is going to plug in over here. Like this. EMS. Plug this in here and secure it. Then come back over here, find the right breaker, flip it on. Now my EMS is going to take a minute or two to look at the power, make sure it's good before it starts providing power to the van. So let's get the water. Water hose, water filter, and our water pressure regulator. So what we're going to do is make sure we got water here. Clean it up a little bit just to make sure there's no gross stuff on it. Have a water regulator into it. I'll just let a little water flow through here first. We got a long 50-foot hose because we've been in places before where it was hard to reach, and that's not a fun problem to have. But the problem with the 50-foot hose is it kinks a little bit. What's happening here?
This is my favorite part when we're camping at a campsite, is getting the fresh water hookup. I don't care so much about the electricity. I care about fresh water.
Screw that into our city connection.
When we were at the Florida RV show, someone asked if we had considered getting a larger freshwater tank in. We are thinking about it.
There we go. Now we can see here, we have no errors. We have 121 volts, it's providing 6 amps of power, 60 hertz. So it's working, and we're hooked up.
Snuck back into the rig because I need to get some bug repellent out. And everyone knows how this is. To get to one thing, you have to move 30 things out of the way. So in here, I threw some repellent in. I am not a friend of bugs. I do not. I will double up. Wait, do you want any?
No.
No, he's okay.
Got a couple of those supplies here we want out of this box. Sewer stuff for tomorrow. We just want a trash bag right now. You can stuff a lot of stuff in these boxes. So our front is about 3 inches lower than our back, which is okay when we're sleeping. If it's 7 to 8 inches off, we like to kind of adjust, but 2 to 3 inches, frankly, we kind of like. Puts our heads a little higher than our feet. So we're not going to level tonight.
I do like it being higher.
All right, this away. And finish up outside.
So we are letting some stuff air out. It's a little wet from the last night. No, not last night. A couple nights ago it was raining. So we're going to let some stuff air out. Or dry out. excellent picking of trash.
All right, let's make a trash can. So
Okay.
finish setting up the inside.
Trash can. So I store the trash can behind Wade's seat. I'll pick that up in a second. This is a new purchase. I kind of like it. It's a cute little trash can. But it does have a lid if I wanted to close it. And I store it right here. Let's do the curtain. First, before the curtain, I'm going to do the seat. It's always fun to turn the seat. Hear my sarcasm. There it is. Okay. All right. But once it's turned, it's nice. We do like the privacy curtain. The one thing we don't like about the privacy curtain are the corners. It's like we've never done this before. That's pretty good. All right, what time is it? It's almost 6. You want to go out to see the animals?
Yeah.
Really quick before we get started?
Let's do it.
Push the screen to open the screen.
Thought we'd go check out the animals here at the campsite before we make dinner, while it's still light.
And they have goats, and they have donkeys,
An emu.
and a couple of emus.
The donkey can apparently be loud in the morning. They're all rescue animals, so let's go look at them.
Oh, they have pigs too.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, they do. Hey, that's a goat.
Hi.
That's not a pig. Hi, goats. I don't have any food. Oh, I see. Honey.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I don't have anything on me.
What do you need? 5 cents?
Probably more, huh?
It says 5 cents. I can go get us 5 cents.
We'll get a couple of 5 cents.
All right, be right
worth.
back. Well, you know
The
what?
goats really want their
I don't
Cheerios.
think it really takes 5 cents. Well, how do I give this to you? All right, buddy.
Oh, you're going to let them eat out of your hand? Oh, you're so brave. I would just throw it at them.
Who's next?
That one. Very patient.
Hey, buddy. Okay.
Here, give me some.
You've already had some.
Here are the chickens. Oh, I have nothing. Holy schmoly. Are we supposed to have food for you too? I don't have anything.
They're well trained.
Oh, they are well trained. Well trained. Oh my goodness.
Baby goat.
Oh my. Oh, well, now we need to go back and get more. Good luck. All right, I'm going to get some pre-made chicken. And when I say pre-made, I mean I made it before we left for the trip. And I froze it. So I'm just going to leave this out on the counter and let it get defrosted. And tonight we're going to have burritos. So I'm going to show you how we make burritos in this 19-foot van.
You may see we have a magnet of Texas on our door. We decided to do some magnets of other states we've been in, and it turns out they don't all stick to the refrigerator. So
arts and craft project for Anne.
Holding off on that for now. So we keep our computers up here.
And note that in my packing video, I totally forgot to pack computers, but that is where they go.
And we use the Lagoon mount over here. Table comes right out. That works. It makes a great little workstation here.
And in case you're wondering what's over Wade's head in those plastic bags, they are my winter clothes. So we're headed up to Nashville, St. Louis, and Omaha in January. So I got some winter clothes up there. He's all set. That way he can work.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to get some stuff out for dinner. This is where I put the bin of food. We are having, oh, chili sounds good though. But we're not having chili. We are having burritos. So, my ingredients: brown rice, and then chicken, store tortillas in here. 2 left. You can have those. I'll have mine in a bowl. That'll do it. Honestly, it is amazing what fits. Okay, so I'm gonna need some pots and pans. These are very cool pans. You can find them on the website. Just gonna shove that back in there. All right. I'm gonna need to defrost the chicken. So I use every nook and cranny for storing utensils, plastic utensils. Just gonna put this here. Tonight we can use real utensils and real plates, and I can just wash it because I have access. Excuse me while I get down to use the microwave. Where's the defrost? I haven't read the instructions on how to use the microwave yet, so I'm simply guessing. Defrost 2, whatever that means, and I'm going to do it for 3 minutes and see if the chicken gets defrosted. Hopefully defrosted and not really cooked. All right. Now I'm going to find the can openers. There it is. Just one can opener. I will take this out for that. Tell me when we get to 460. You know what, I'm going to cook on this one, I think, tonight.
It needs to be converted to text, which is all English. I gotta convert, so give me a second. From Omaha, and we got Oklahoma City, 7 hours. Minden, Texas, 7 hours. Las Vegas, Mexico, 5 hours. Phoenix, 5 hours. Las Vegas, 5 hours.
Thanks, Des. Coming out. Can I just have your pillows? Already stacked and then restack.
Gotta do. There we go. Our bed.
The bed's made. I think we're gonna wrap this up.
We'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
All right, we just woke up and got dressed. Now we're gonna unhook and roll out.
Hi, it is day 12 and we are headed into Nashville, Tennessee.
Right, driving from Atlanta where we stayed last night at a campsite. And
The night before we stayed at a campsite. Where was
in
that?
Florida.
That was
Alachua, Florida.
Alachua, Florida.
My best guess on pronunciation.
Alachua, Florida, and that one was a nice campsite. We were right next to the emus and the donkeys, and let's see what else they had. They had pigs and chickens and goats. It was fun. It would be fun for kids. I had fun. So that was a nice campsite. We got fresh water, which I always enjoy because I can wash dishes and take showers, as we all know.
Right.
And then last night we also had, in Atlanta, Georgia, we also had fresh water, which was good. So we filled up. That was nice.
It just rained a lot.
Rained a lot.
It was fine. Everything's wet, but it makes it a little trickier when you're doing the hoses and such. The leveling blocks, when they're all wet and you put them away, you want to get things dry. You just can't because it's the perils of winter camping.
But tonight we are headed to a family's house in Nashville, so I'm looking forward to that. I haven't been to Nashville before, but this is going to be just a quick trip. We'll go out to dinner and see them and hang out.
We have a few nights now coming up of family in the area. We're going to Nashville for a night, then St. Louis for 2 nights, then Omaha for 5 nights before getting back on the road. Well, getting back to sleeping in the rig on our way back towards the West Coast.
Now we are on a family tour, really.
Yes.
So, I see a lot of my family. So I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be good.
All right.
28 degrees in the van.
It's cold. There it is. See it?
We stayed in a Cracker Barrel parking lot after receiving permission from the manager. Check out the Cracker Barrel camping video on our YouTube channel for a complete rundown of this part of our adventure.
Hey, day 20? Is that what we decided?
Day 20 of our 27-day road trip across the country and back.
I know we said day 27. We have extended it by 1 day because we're headed into Las Vegas. But this is day 20. Now the last 5 days or so, we've been spending in Omaha with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my 2 nephews and my little niece.
Been nice. We've been staying mostly inside during that time. They were in Omaha, so it's been pretty cold. But last night we did stay in the van.
And when you say pretty cold, we are in Omaha in January. It is crazy cold. Oh my goodness.
Last night it was, I think I got down to 3 degrees.
No, it was 1 last night.
Either way, it was cold.
Okay, whatever. I guess
We stayed in the van.
Squabble.
We stayed in the van, and it worked fine.
And at some point we were in the van and it was 28 degrees.
I think so.
Oh my goodness, he took a picture. It was 28 degrees in here because it was so cold outside. 28 degrees inside. I was like, done.
But again, it was like single digits outside. We're fully winterized, so we're not worried about the pipes at all. We do use the toilet, but that's it. We don't have no fresh water that we're using. It's all pink antifreeze through there. But we're able to sleep in here. And like I said, last night it was cold, but inside the van we were able to get it and maintain to about 60 degrees. Couldn't get it much warmer than that because it doesn't have great insulation with the windows and such. It was mad. We slept fine. We had blankets. It was perfectly fine.
Yep.
So tonight we are driving south from Omaha. We are in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We weren't quite sure where we were going to end up today, so we didn't plan anything and decided to stop at a Cracker Barrel. We found one that seems nice, and the manager said we could stay the night. We asked him, and he gave us the thumbs up. They're actually closing early because of weather. They're expecting snow and sleet and hail tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the temperatures are in the mid-20s, so after last night, we're not too worried. Day 21.
Wow.
Just woke up from spending the night in the Cracker Barrel parking lot. The weather is pretty icy and snowy.
It's hailing right now. You may be able to hear it.
So we're going to take it nice and slow today as we head further west out towards Amarillo. Headed home.
Really good night. The van did splendidly. We slept really well. And we had it was fine. We did well. And the Grech Turismo Ion kept us warm, kind of boondocking it here at the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, we're at 74% battery still, so plenty of power. We are fully winterized, so water's not an issue.
Water is an issue in terms of the fact that we don't have any.
So we're going to see how far south and west we can get out of the storm and hopefully de-winterize here in the near future. Off to Amarillo.
27-day road trip. I used to say 26. Turns out it's going to be 27.
We're headed to Vegas for a few days.
Should be fun. We've been spending the last 5 days traveling Cracker Barrel to Cracker Barrel and having dinner at the Cracker Barrel and then spending the night in their parking lot, which has been great. We haven't had any running water, which has been disappointing. But it's
been too cold. So tonight is the first night that it's not going to be freezing in Vegas where we are. So finally we can get some fresh water in our tanks and take a shower.
Or two. Looking forward to the showers. Looking forward to having running water yet again. And this should be fun. So far, all the Cracker Barrels have been very nice, very quiet. I mean, there's been road noise, given that the Cracker Barrels are pretty close to the freeways typically, but that doesn't bother us.
But they've been super friendly and accommodating.
Super friendly and accommodating.
The food has been good, and for us, it was great that we can spend the night there and then get up and leave the next morning and make our way back to the west.
Yes, so we've been enjoying that. I didn't think I would enjoy the Cracker Barrel parking lots as much as I have, but we've been able to get good dinners fairly, cheaply, if you will, or priced fairly, and then stay for free in their parking lots, which has been nice. So hats off to them for making that easy.
All right, so we'll be in Vegas in about an hour. We'll see a show, eat some nice food, hang out at the Strip.
I have to say, I am probably most excited about getting water and getting a shower.
Right.
And then comes the nice meal that isn't at a Cracker Barrel, and followed by a show.
And then we were going to find a place to park the van while we stay on the Strip.
But so far, so good. Wade and I are still talking to each other.
Yes.
And what did I say it was? 24 days.
Yes.
Most of the time in the van. And a decent length of time without water. Honestly, it's a big deal for me. And it's a big deal because I honestly thought we were only going to have one day on the road without water. I thought we were going to go from Omaha and head south into Dallas and then be able to dewinterize. But one of the reasons why we didn't go south was just because of the weather. Dallas had a huge ice storm coming, and it affected them for days. So instead of going south, we went west. And going west, we just had the temperatures that just were below what we felt comfortable putting water in.
Then Amarillo, then Albuquerque, then Flagstaff, all of which had freezing temperatures at night, so we could not dewinterize.
And Flagstaff had a lot of snow.
It was beautiful.
Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Just a lot of snow.
Time to be in Vegas, finally, above freezing. Get the water back.
We are de-winterizing.
We just got set up at the Las Vegas RV Resort. It's a nice resort and the weather is nice. So we de-winterized by running fresh water through our tanks until the pink stuff is out. We can finally take showers and feel much better now. Now we're headed out for a night on the town. We spent 3 days in Las Vegas dining, gambling, and relaxing with our RV, and created a video showing how to vacation in Vegas with a camper van, including where to stay on the Strip. It turns out there are a lot of camper vans in Las Vegas. Check out that video to learn more.
Hi everybody, day 27. We are headed home from Vegas.
Wow.
It has been a 27-day trip. I think this might be the longest trip we've ever taken. Absolutely the longest road trip I've ever taken in my entire life.
Makes two of us.
And when I say longest, I literally mean the number of days, not that it's been long with my sweetie. just number of days. If you guys have been enjoying this video, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. All of your support really helps, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks.
So thank you. And next up will be basically our wrap up. What we've learned, what we've liked and what we didn't like, and some tips from the road. Stay tuned.
All right, we finished up our cross-country road trip and wanted to share some tips and tricks that helped us along the way.
All right, and we got our notebook to help us with the tips and tricks here. You go first.
All right, one of the first things we learned, actually from another camper along the way, was the Open Roads app. It's an app that helps you save on fuel. You give it your bank account information and you sign up. You have to apply, and then it gives you a card. It's more like what the truckers use to save on diesel and DEF.
And in addition, there are a bunch of, like the Flying J or Good Sam. There's a bunch of places that you can get these, membership cards or
rewards clubs and
reward
stuff.
cards.
Yeah, even Shell has one, Chevron has one.
Yeah, the Shell one's good.
May as well use it to save money.
Yep.
We learned that you can get DEF from the pump. If you go where the truckers are, then you can pump DEF into your tank from the pump versus having to go inside and buy the big gallon container
and then use a funnel to get it in. It's just easier.
And supposedly it is fresher and better and cheaper. When we were going through where the big rigs go, you may see on the gas pump a question asking tractor or reefer. Well, those were confusing to us, so we had to go ask. Tractor is the correct choice. Reefer refers to diesel used for, I guess, a refrigeration truck. And it's my understanding that it might be taxed differently. So, in short, use tractor when asked.
All right. Flying J's. We recommend that if you need to dump, and Flying J's allow you to do it. There's a nominal fee for it, but it's easy and convenient. Another tip was when we were in Galveston, we learned that taking the ferry, even with our rig, it was free. Let's see.
Your pet peeve.
Whenever you can, I recommend filling up your freshwater tank whenever you can, and then for a long road trip. We have found that we could go 2 full days and nights dry camping without having to fill with fresh water or without having to dump. After that second night, we are getting a little bit on the desperate side, so we are going to look to dump and to fill at that point.
Right, so basically for us that worked into being 2 nights dry camping followed by 1 night at an RV park, and we were pretty good. And just keep that cycle going.
Yes. Something else just to note, that if you are looking to dump and to fill, on holidays and Sundays, you might find that these dump stations are closed.
That was a bummer.
It really was. When it is cold outside, basically like if it's in the high 20s or higher.
Right. You might not need to winterize completely. We found that even in the high 20s, our rig is okay.
Yeah.
If we get the inside warm and run the tank heaters, we did that a number of times and we're just fine.
And we also covered the outdoor shower.
Right, so the outdoor shower, we took a dry rag, and wrapped it around the outdoor shower nozzle to kind of give it a little more insulation. That was a recommendation from our manufacturer, and that maybe helped as well to make sure that it just did not freeze. The Epic system has an off mode that will keep it from turning on and off every time you open the door, which can save you some power. Worth looking into if you have a Mercedes Sprinter.
What we have found during the winter, there are 2 different climates here in the rig. From the bathroom back, we can keep it nice and warm and toasty and comfortable, and then from the edge of the bathroom, basically the cab, to the windshield, it is absolutely freezing. So what we have found that helps is putting up the window shades. That helps with the insulation, and then actually adding in even the curtain does seem to help and keep some of that heat in. Speaking of cold weather, I kind of wish we had an ice scraper.
We didn't even think of it, but
it would have come in handy.
With snowy weather, it would have been helpful.
It really would have been, and it would have been easy to slip in.
Yeah, we had a check engine light come on, and it freaked us out a little bit because it was right after we were in a freezing weather, afraid maybe we damaged something. But AutoZone was able to check it for free. They give you a little tool. You take it out, you plug it into your port under your steering wheel, and then it gives you an error code that they can decipher. In our case, I think our diesel fuel temperature sensor had frozen briefly, and it was fine once it thawed, but it still gave us the check engine light. So just a nice thing to know that you can go to these AutoZones, or I'm sure those stores as well.
It was very nice.
Have it checked for free. It was a relief.
All right. Another tip: when you are dumping and you happen to have two people, and kind of one person's kind of just there, I recommend both parties gloving up just in case somebody has to step in and save the day.
Just in case.
Just in case.
It's happened.
Not that you would need it. When you're winterizing, you don't have fresh water in the house, basically. So what do? So we still use the restroom, but we had 1 to 2 gallons of water with us so we could flush the toilet. We could also use it for hand washing. We also had hand sanitizer and hand wipes on hand to keep us all clean. We also used a different bottle of water for toothbrushing for teeth brushing, as well as face washing and things like that. So,
right.
And that was handy.
If you're using in our case, a Timberline heater to keep the rig warm at night, it runs the fuel to that is diesel from the gas tank. So for us, it's important that if we're going somewhere cold, we have at least a half a tank, if not more, of diesel, because the Timberline system will shut off from the diesel portion if the fuel tank gets too low, which is to save fuel so you can drive away. I think that level is either like a quarter tank or 5/8 of a tank, somewhere below a half tank. But if you were too low, you could risk a cold night. So keep your diesel tank topped off if you're going to cold weather.
Rugs. We added a runner in the main hallway, right in front of the couch, as well as in the entranceway. And I have to say that adding the rug was so helpful, especially in the snow and the mud. We can get the rugs dirty, roll it up, get it out of the way, and at night didn't have to worry about it. Everything then was clean once we were inside the rig, safe from the outdoor elements.
Right.
And then when we wanted to clean it, we had a vacuum, and just a little handheld vacuum, and it was so convenient just to run through it after everything was dry, just to run through the rugs. And it was great.
Just a cheap little rug that we actually cut into a couple parts to make it fit. For the exact rug, you can look on our website, howayvan.com, and see actually everything in our van.
That's true. And the rugs were washable. We washed them twice now.
Right.
So, and they've come out very, very nice. Let's see. Oh, for me, this is just a tip for my sanity. Sometimes in a small little rig, sometimes you need to be able to get away, and you can't because you're in a 19-foot van. I suggest headphones.
Good tip. We ended up in this trip most of the time sleeping in the van, but every now and then we'd stay with either a family or a friend in their home. And there's not much storage here, so we didn't bring any suitcases, but a little duffel would have been helpful. I think you had one, I did not, so I ended up having to lug my toiletries, my socks and underwear, and a spare shirt and pants.
And that's just again, just so you can stuff your clothes or your toiletries in and bring it into somebody's house or bring it into the hotel without looking like a hobo.
It would have been nice.
Oh well. Why don't you take the Garmin?
Yeah, so we purchased a while back a Garmin GPS for the RV. I think it's the Garmin 890. It's a very nice RV GPS. We ended up almost never using it.
Really did.
So nothing against it, but in the case of us, we have a 19-foot camper van. While it's tall, aside from that, it can go just about anywhere a car can go. So while you gotta keep an eye out for, I guess, low bridges, we didn't see anything between California and Florida that gave us any concern. So we ended up not really using the Garmin 890 RV GPS and relied mostly on Google Maps and the Mercedes navigation. So just something to keep in mind.
And that being said, we're not going to get rid of it.
No.
I think we're going to keep it with us just in case we do need it, in case we find ourselves on the East Coast or with bridges and things like that where we need a little bit more comfort. But I don't think it's going to be sitting on the windshield anymore.
We ended up having, at times, 3 GPSs going between the Mercedes, the Google Maps, and the Garmin, and it was a little much.
it was a lot, especially when I was driving. I'm like, oh, which one do I stare at?
And they give you different routes.
Oh no, I'm
obviously, too.
supposed to stare at the road.
Oh, there's that.
Oh.
We used Starlink for internet, and it worked great. You know, we were able to get internet even while we were driving. We were able to watch TV shows at night on our smart TV in the rig, and we also have some Blink cameras that are they're wireless Wi-Fi cameras that worked really well. So the Starlink was active all the time, and it was perfect. No complaints. I've heard people complain that it doesn't work well in certain areas, and certainly under trees you have to be careful. But for us, it was great. No complaints. Enjoyed it. As for the Blink cameras, I've got to do another video on those. We did put some Blink cameras on the inside and outside of the rig. I'm of mixed mind right now. I don't know if I recommend them or not. The ones we had outside, a few of them froze and fell off. They are the outdoor cameras too, but it was extreme weather and it's not meant to be mounted on a vehicle.
And then just a couple more little things we learned, not necessarily the hard way, but maybe that when you put your bed out and you're using the heater and things, sometimes we store things underneath the bed. And
it's a sofa that converts into a bed, so the couch goes flat.
This folds down, and one of our vents is down below
the heater,
and so we blocked it one night.
Yeah,
and we probably shouldn't have done that.
Melted a case of water or something, but aside from that, it's a good storage place.
You just don't want to block your heating vents. That's all I'm trying to say there.
Right.
Also, one other tip: we have a shower mat in a wood shower mat, teak shower mat, or something like that we bring out right before we shower, and then we put it back after we shower. And the reason why we do it is to keep the floor then dry. So I can take a shower, I can come out, hop into bed, and then Wade can go into the bathroom, use the facilities, brush his teeth, and not get his feet wet.
It's nice.
It's nice. And I don't have to be on my hands and knees and dry it.
Squeeze to the floor. No.
Yeah, don't need to do that.
Right.
Was that it? Are we going to end on that one?
I think those are the important tips we learned along the way, at least that we have written down. In addition to the stuff that we mentioned throughout the video.
I think those were the big ones. My little notebook.
Well, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you.
It's been an amazingly epic trip for us.
Loved it. Didn't get bored.
We were looking forward to doing it again someday, and
I didn't kill him.
We both survived.
So thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
Thank you so much.
Bye.